I wanted to talk today about something that I've recently adopted um, with relationships, both platonic, romantic, and just things that I've observed. Um, I uh, it's called trait stealing. Okay, for lack of a better word, you essentially steal traits, right? It seems simple and straightforward, but I'll tell you why I do it. I think that's more important. There'll be people you meet in life who you'll look at and you'll marvel at how it is the way either they operate in a professional setting or in a personal setting. Like, wow, like this person is so interesting. You'll have those thoughts if you haven't already. I certainly have. And one of the things I consistently realize is that they all have traits that I really admire. It's either why I want to date them or be friends with them or just want to hang out with them, because I like those kind of aspects. Secret option number 3, no one really ever talks about, in my opinion, is to become them, is to steal their traits, take their hobbies, claim it for yourself, make yourself interesting, right? Because there's probably a reason, like, you think they're interesting is because maybe you want to do it. Maybe you've never either mustered up the courage or never thought it was possible sometimes. Like, oh, like, I didn't know I could snowboard like that, or I didn't know I could fly across the world like that, kind of thing. Do it yourself. Travel yourself. Adopt these traits, steal them, try them out. You admire someone for their academic prowess and like how they read, start reading. You admire someone for how athletic they are, start being athletic. Take those traits. And you'll see in time, not only will you either gravitate towards them or either gravitate towards them in a sense where you guys bond over the same thing, or in the sense where your relationship is not as great as it once was. Let's put this in a romantic example, right? Let's say you like someone and you don't know why, or maybe you do know why, it doesn't matter. Let's say you like someone and things just don't turn out well, right? This is one of the situations where I would suggest you steal the traits. Obviously, trait stealing comes with self-reflection. It comes with really understanding yourself in terms of what you really liked about them, what you learned from the relationship. This can be platonic too, like if you had falling out with your friends or something. You steal their traits, and eventually you'll find yourself either not attracted to them anymore or able to be moved on. I would say more so you're able to move on pretty easily, or easier, once you've kind of adopted those traits for yourself. Because now you become that reader, you become that snowboarder that you admired about them, right? And in turn, it also makes you more interesting, right? You think about the most interesting people that you've ever met, a lot of what they are, a lot of who they are, is multifaceted. You know, perhaps even contradictory, right? They're athletic, but they also read. They are super fun, but they also work really hard. They know how to cook, but also love eating out. I don't know. I'm just trying to make up like examples here, right? They know 3 languages, and they also play pickleball and travel on the weekends, or go to F1 races in Monaco. Like they're just multifaceted, right? And that's what makes people interesting. Now, I'm saying this, it's an easy life hack, because as long as you do the self-reflection and you're able to notice like what you gravitate towards, the kind of people you gravitate towards, what they do, their hobbies, you can start taking those hobbies for yourself. And with becoming multifaceted and interesting, right? This not only helps you like in your romantic lives, but also personal fulfillment is number 1. Romantic lives, and also professional, right? You take a look at people who are executives, right? They run BlackRock, but they also ski, right? Like they companies want that, you know. They want people who are real, who have depth, who've done things, who've self-reflected to the point where they're confident in who they are and what they know and don't know. I think it just helps so much in terms of personal fulfillment too. Getting to know what you like, what you dislike, and really kind of taking that leap of faith, because chances are, let's say you like something about someone, like chances are that you haven't tried it out yet. That's why you like them. Yeah. So becoming multifaceted, very important. A personal example I'll just share. There were relationships in the past where I really admired people who read, and for me it was always like one of those like, oh, like I wish I can read, or I wish I found it interesting and I'd be like 10x smarter or something. Then those relationships didn't pan out. A year or 2 later, I saw myself reading. I was like, oh, I actually kind of like this. And I didn't know why. But I think subconsciously, maybe you guys have experienced this too, is that you'll begin to kind of adopt those characteristics and traits, or those habits. If you haven't already, I encourage you to self-reflect and think about those things. It could be, you know, I wish I knew how to have fun. I wish I was as successful, right? And then you think about it and you ask yourself, how can I be like them? How can I steal their traits? Was it their charisma? Was it their network? Was it their, I don't know, what can you replicate, right? I just think it's so powerful. And maybe it's one of those things where it's like common sense, but it's those simple maxims, those simple reframes of like, oh, like even simple reminders even could be a phrase that really help you remember like that these things are possible, that these things are powerful. Yeah. So, steal traits. Really just do the work and see like, you know, what kind of things that you admire about others, and try to adopt them for yourself in your own way. I encourage you guys to do that. I'd love to hear what you guys do in result, and what kind of cool things that come of it. But yeah. Think about it like this also, last comment. Imagine you're on Hinge, okay? This is going into the dating aspect. And you take a look at someone's profile and they say, oh, what are your hobbies? My hobby is pickleball. That's it. Really? That's it? Like, that's your entire personality? Like, it's just pickleball? Obviously, it's probably not, but how different is just pickleball versus pickleball, horseback riding, archery, like reading or Costco, right? Like there's I'm trying to set the example, but thinking about how much more attractive you'd seem in the dating aspect, you'd also be attractive in a professional aspect that way too. Being able to kind of connect with different people on different things. Like, I've gotten the advice a long time ago, like, oh, like, Kenzie, you should get into sports. Like, everyone talks about sports. You can network and bond over sports. Blah 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 blah. Not my thing. I told myself that, sure, it could be a great way to bond with people, but you have to kind of find your niche, right? My niche now, bonding with my team, actually has been more so with Costco. Yeah. So that's a new thing. But you just have to find what's unique to you. There's people who I meet and they're like, oh, you watch sports? I was like, nah. And that's okay, right? But you also have to remember you have to be true to who you are. That's why I said, like, when you adopt and steal these traits from other people, you have to kind of weave it into your own identity and make it your own. Don't try to be someone you're not, right? That's the most important thing. Yeah. But don't try to be anyone you're not. Be uniquely yourself. Find those hobbies. Find those things that will help you stand out. And just connect with people on them. You'll become a much more interesting person because of it. And it'll help you move on from people and fall in love with yourself, to be honest. I think it helped me a lot getting to where I am today, being in a place where I'm happy by myself. So I encourage you all to do it as well. And let me know how it goes. But yeah, this is episode 9 on stealing traits, becoming multifaceted. Yeah. But yeah, this is episode 9. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a really good day. Until next time.